Hello everyone, welcome back to Rena. No, I'm not gonna make the mistake of doing these 3 levels again. I actually reminded myself right before I got to this point because I almost forgot. Last time, Rena got kidnapped. And this time, the game's over. Actually, have a good day, everybody. No, next level. So, this is something that I kind of enjoy in video games. When they occasionally just take away your control from, like, the protagonist and let you play another character for a little bit. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a Pine mode. Because, she's pretty fun. She's very different from, Rena. Though, I'm curious at how Pine would be able to move around all the stages. Because some of them, you need the grappling hook. Like, the stage you're going to be going into with her is built with her in mind. So this is something that I kind of... actually, I don't know if you're watching, but I kind of want to know your approach, because I think I heard you're trying to make one? Or, like, what your approach is to trying to get Pine adapted into the other levels. Because she's just so... Like, I'll get more into her as soon as they're done talking, but she feels so much different than Rena. To the point where I don't know how she can get around as much. She does have a lot more combat, tools, as you'll see soon. Alright. So, yeah, she can slash. I'm trying to remember how to do all her moves. What was it? Oh, yeah, here we go. Double jump. Oh, grab button. Okay. Tap. Scorching ray. Yep. Actually, how many rays do you have? Because I want to get an idea of what level you are. Oh, that's fireball. Shit. Okay, you are a high-level Magus, then. Okay, you're at least level 11. I can't wait to be level 11 so I can shoot those. It's too bad Featherfall doesn't work like that in the actual game, where it becomes a double jump. See, you should have readied the fly spell. This would be so much easier if you readied the fly spell. I'm just saying. So yeah, those are all of her abilities. She can charge up Magic Missile, which, that... Technically, she should be able to... This should hit, because the way Magic Missile works is if you know where an enemy is, it hits unerringly. Like, the one thing that can get rid of it is, there are spells and there's, like, a device you can buy that I think it's like a shield or something. I can't remember the name of it. My brain's farting. Oh. Why don't I do this from a safe distance, like here? Here, have Fireball. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay. Have it your way, I'll die. Oh. Well. You think with me playing this before, I'd remember the explosion wasn't that big? Oh, also, there's been an update since the last time I played this. I like how technically the version I'm playing right now is different than, the version that I started out with twice over. So I played 3 different versions of this in one playthrough. Fun, isn't it? This version has, enemy portraits. I think there's some, like, optimization changes. I still haven't tried to see if there's different ways to record. At this point, I'm kind of like, this is what I'm used to. See, can I do it from here? Let's see if I can just blow them up from here. Well, I blew one of them up. Here, your turn. Fireball spell is, like, so fucking useful in D&D and Pathfinder. It is a really useful little spell. I guess I can't shoot those. But, Now, also, fuck. One of the changes you can tell here, see these spinny guys? They are no longer the most powerful enemy in the game. They have to be in that state in order to hit you now. So they no longer just walk into you. There we go, he's dead. But, I think he touched me just a second ago, so it kind of shows you what I was talking about. Come on, get over here, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, no. Okay, she can actually jump fine with this thing on. So, I was gonna mention with Melita, because I had, because actually, I haven't changed this to it, but I think I will. I had, so, actually I was doing commissions in the style of this game, of, like, kind of like character portraits or avatars. I changed my Twitter to it. Alright, you know what, I got a better idea. Okay, I think she just flat out can't fight these. Oh, well, we'll just ignore him then. But, so I had him do one of... I had him do one of, me, as I mentioned. And I had him do one of my, Pathfinder character. Now, one thing I should mention, since I mentioned before that she uses a sword, and actually, if you're watching, you've seen the art. She's not really a Magus, so our DM's doing kind of like these path power thing. And, to make a long story short, she ended up learning how to use a sword from who became her fiancé by this point in the campaign. So, he's like a big barbarian man, from like a Shwanti tribe. But, oh, fuck, what was I gonna say? I got an idea. Oh, no! They interrupted the spell, but I still got it off and killed most of them. But, fuck, what was I gonna say? Damn, there was another point to this. But yeah, I might change my avatar to it on here, I'm not sure. I like the one Ride made for me. But, one thing that's actually kind of funny is, that goatee that I have in that art, I actually haven't had that in about, like, a year or two. It's been a while. Can she fight this thing? Maybe a fireball. Oh, yep, that was the answer. But yeah, no, she's not a Magus, so, she has, like, other path power stuff, like this weird draw strike that she just got recently. But, that can't- Oh, Jesus! Oh, no. That hurt. That sucked. No, that's yours to keep. It's yours. Freak. You motherfucker. I'll kill you. No, get away. Get away. Get away from me. Get away from me with that! Jesus. But, oh, I wanted to apologize. I recorded the other episode before this. You know, as I probably tell from my voice, I started getting the cold again, but, I got the gender of, I think it was Path wrong, and I wanted to apologize for that. That was my bad. But, another, like, I guess, just dumb things. So, I'm curious, so I play TF2 still. Well, actually, can't really say still, because there was a time I stopped playing it and I was playing Overwatch. No, this isn't gonna turn into Overwatch sucks. I mean, I can tell you why I stopped playing it. You know what, it's gonna come up because people that watch my shit, all three of you, are gonna wonder why. So, Overwatch, which I really, really loved when it first came out. And I still really like the characters. I love the art, the character designs. Like, I still own, like, t-shirts of the damn thing that I bought from the Yeti. And, I own the Tracer Figma. And honestly, I would definitely buy, okay. I just wanted to shoot you with Magic Missile, but now you're just being rude. But, damn it! I am doing awful. But, what kind of happened over time with me in the game is it just wasn't fun for me anymore. It became too stressful. The game moved more and more towards the competitive scene, which, okay, well, not even really so much a competitive scene, towards, like, esports. And, for those of you who don't know, I'm not exactly a fan of esports. I don't really like the whole, I just don't like it. And, I got no problem with high-level gaming, I just don't like esports. And I don't like, how the casual side of Overwatch got kind of, like, thrown out in favor of esports. Because, you know, I like to play casually, it was fun. In fact, like, for those of you who are wondering, my main was Pharah in that game. She's still one of my favorite characters, just, like, I just really love her design. And I know there's a Figma of her coming out that I want to get because it just looks really fucking good. But, and I will say one thing, because I was playing her before she got the, buff where, her rockets did more splash damage. So one thing I will say is it did help my aiming in like TF2 with my rockets, to where I typically don't use a direct hit, but it did make it so when I do use a direct hit, I'm a lot deadlier with it, because I'll actually hit something occasionally. But yeah, I don't really. But yeah, that's kind of thing is that I feel like the pace of the game got slower. It just became unfun. I don't like the matchmaker of that game. So the way the matchmaker works is it wants you to have a 50-50 win-loss rate. So what it'll do is, if you win a lot, and I know there's other games that do this, but it's harder when it's a team game to balance it properly. But if you win a lot of games, it'll eventually just throw its entire weight onto the scale and put you with the worst matchup imaginable to just fucking end your life. And it's so annoying. And that's kind of what got me back into TF2 was they updated a little bit here and there. I kind of wish they'd updated more. And TF2 is still fun to just like pop in, play casually, and you know, shoot things around, do a silly build. So I kind of went back to it because of that. One thing that's kind of funny, because I wouldn't say I'm great at TF2, and honestly, I think one of these days it's just like record me when I'm just screwing around TF2. But I'm at least relatively competent-ish. But one of my favorite things that happens sometimes, like if I go to a 2-fort server and just like, I want to do a silly build, is like for example, the other day I was like, I'm gonna be a pyro shark. So I was just in 2-fort swimming around and hitting people with a neon annihilator, for those of you who don't know what that is. The annihilator will pretty much instantly kill most things with one shot, if they're wet. So I would just kind of like swim around with a shotgun and that, shoot at people out of the water to lure them in and hit them. Someone got so annoyed with my shit, they actually put a sentry in there to stop me. And so I decided to be soldier and play seriously. It kind of like, if I could, I don't have the GIF on hand, but it's kind of like that GIF you see of like Rock Lee where he throws the weights off and it just slams. It's like when you have that player who's at least competent-ish, and the players around him aren't, and they decide they want to stop him from doing the thing they can just walk away from. And he's just like, alright. Or she, just like, alright. Well, now you're gonna make me play seriously, so I'm just gonna fucking kill you now. At least that's what it makes me think of. But then again, I'm a giant nerd weeb, so who knows. It isn't fair. You know, this is why artificers are assholes. Yeah, sure, we'll begin our fight. This boss fight, I remember, was one of the harder ones in the game. Oh, I remember what I'm supposed to do. Oh, shit, that was stupid of me. Got him. I think he adapts to what you do as time goes on. Hit him. Oh, yeah, he starts putting portals around to fuck with you. Ah! Got him. There we go. Oh! That's scary! He didn't do that when I fought him last time! You see, this isn't fair. I'm playing as the one boss who is vulnerable to grapples. Yeah, do it! Eat shit! You see? That's how I play video games. If I realize I can survive an attack, but you can't when you hit me with it, I'll fucking run face first into it and let you eat shit and die. Never test me! I'm crazy! It's like when someone gets up close to me when I have a rocket launcher, I'm just like, I'll kill us both! Well, you're fucking dead. Well, I mean, you're not dead, but you're pretty spent. Now, I'm sure someone watching this is gonna be like, "All right, Dan, you useless idiot. Let me show you how you're supposed to play this game. Here's the actual way." Okay, none of the people that tell me like the actual like best strats in this like, ever called me an idiot, but I just like to call myself an idiot. Okay. But well, you see, you know, that's true. You know, here's the thing though, I can kill all those in a slash, and then I can just stab you. You see, this is cool and all. Man, you're lucky we're in initiative order right now. It's like the one time we're in initiative order. This DM's been pretty loose about it, but now we're in initiative order. How many times can you do that around? That's cheating. You're calling shenanigans. You know, that would be my reaction too. And there it goes. No more infinite army. Dead. And now he's alive. He's fine. Now, but I do like this though, like how you kind of learn that no, this dude's not bad. Just pretty much had a kidnapped child. And you know, it's a common trope, but it's something that I kind of enjoy sometimes in stories where it's just like, oh, they're not a bad guy, they just kind of were forced to do this. It's kind of like what happened with Dr. Karsak, or Kosak. I'm bad with the names. It's the one from Mega Man. The one where he wasn't the true villain. He was just attacking Mega Man in order to save his kid. But, see, this is the problem, kid. Your dad's a nerd. His charisma stat's not the best, alright? He's got a high int, but his charisma is balls. Though, I don't know what your stats are, but they're through the roof. You might be a mythic character, which I'm calling shenanigans on. Hey look, speaking of Farah, I don't know if I made the joke, but basically, when I first played the game, I said, "Oh, hi Farah, how are you?" That's not an insult, like I said, I love that character. Also, one thing I want to make a joke about, I'll flash her on screen real quick. I kind of noticed Melita, my Pathfinder Arcanist character that I was talking about, she kind of looks like she could be related to Caesar in a little bit, just because they both have, like, the suit thing going on. Except, you know, Melita's, like, neutral, good aligned, and kind of a nice person, where if I was to pick an alignment for Caesar, he'd be probably somewhere in the neutral spectrum. That's my guess. It's not my character. Actually, if you're watching, you need to be like, "Shut up, dummy." Their alignment is black. But, I mean, you're basically a paladin, so you'd be lawful good. I think you're somewhere in the chaos spectrum. I think you're stupid. You're like neutral stupid. That's your alignment. Pine is probably neutral good. Probably neutral to chaotic, if I was to guess. That's my guesstimation on her alignment. Based on her saying that, basically like dialogue where she said that she was reckless, and I think when Ashley played them, they probably played her recklessly. So if I had to guess, it's probably somewhere in the neutral to chaos area, though. I mean, it could be lawful. People sometimes get a little stuck up in the lawful thing, where they become a stick in the mud. But lawful is kind of interesting, where, like, lawful could be, and I mentioned this in Berseria, your lawful character could be, like, they have a code of ethics that they stick by, and that's what makes them lawful. So yeah, you can technically have a lawful thief, because they have their own moral code that they won't break. Doesn't mean they won't steal or break the laws of the land, it just means they're lawful in their own sense. Same thing with, like, monks or whatever else you want to play. See, that's the fun thing, is because it's tabletop, you can kind of, like, since it's not a video game where there's, like, set programmed rules that you have to abide by, you can kind of, like, interpret things on your own. In all honesty, for those of you who don't play tabletop stuff, the most interesting thing about it is the experience can be vastly different depending on the group you're playing with, and even just who the DM/GM is. Because each GM will have a different, approach. Also, I just want to read this real quick in the voice. I'm fucking mad! Bah! I don't know why I decided to give him, like a dollar store Goldar voice. But I love that dollar store Goldar voice. I mean, I think he just wants to stay home with his kid. You know, I had a, you know, the interesting thing is playing a pacifist character is that, again, you can also, change up the way your, character kind of assesses their own pacifism. And, it's interesting in that regard, where you can, like, decide to fight, like, you can decide to, like, not fight, or, like, you can decide, like, either they just won't kill, or they never kill, or they'll only do something out of, like, there's ways you can approach it. Again, that's a fun thing. People are complicated, so there's all kinds of ways you can approach things. That's one of the things I like about tabletop. Though tabletop can be stressful, because, man, depending on your DM, those fights can be fucking balls of the wall hard. But, again, it depends on your DM, your group, and all that kind of stuff, and even what you're looking for. My one GM, he's pretty... His fights can be really, really tough. But, I wouldn't say they're, like, they're not, like, designed with the idea of trying to kill you. If your GM is trying to kill you, unless they, like, start up at the beginning, like, hey, this is gonna be, like, a thing where you're gonna die a lot, I don't think that's the stance of a good GM. If they just start trying to kill you without any warning, then, you know... I mean, you could still die in a tabletop game, and the way GMs handle death is different. When I GM, I'm kind of like... So what I figured out my GMing style, as I'm talking about tabletop for a minute here again, is, I tend to not like to... I try to, like, avoid killing people, but it can happen. And there are times where I'll just be like... I'll just roll my hands back and just let whatever happens happen. But I'm not above changing a number if I'm like, that'll just fucking end them. No thanks. Wait a minute, hold on, was that a new animation? Maybe I just never saw that before. Huh. Still. Oh, time for fights. But, after this level, I'm gonna stop. Oh yeah, I forgot, I can also take a hold of them and have them help me. Oh, here's the fairy prince who never got the fight. I think I just threw him into a magic missile. That was pretty freaking cool. Hey, why don't you help with the fighting, you lazy ox? Come on. Ah! Here, I got a present for you. Damn it! But, yeah, that's kind of stuff I enjoy about tabletop games, though. But I'll stop talking about tabletop and tune you guys out, unless you guys like that. I try to keep it exclusive to, when I'm playing Berseria, but just because of the nature of this and the developer of this game, it makes me want to talk about it. Though I don't talk about, like, say, what's been going on in my current campaigns here. That I want to keep to that, definitely. Ah! Whoa, hold on, come here. Now I am curious, because I mentioned I play TF2 still. Is there any, like, really old, like, multiplayer game that you guys still play? Like, that's been around for, like, a good bit, and you just still, like, really kind of enjoy it? You know, this is a weird combo. Him and the frickin' Paladin. I think if I was to make him any class, I would probably just make him a brawler that, like, has, like, use magic device levels because he can pilot like a robot. But he seems like he would just punch people if he didn't have that gun. I do enjoy the biggest hunky man in the game just uses a gun. Oh look, it's our old Pengu friend. Kill. Kill. Thank you. Here, I want to give this to Caesar. He looks like he could use a Son of a bitch. I want to give him a present. I want to show him how much I love him. Ah! Come here. Come here, Pengu. Kill! Good job. I mean, I don't know if it'd be killing, because these things aren't exactly sentient. Like, if it was, Arlet? I think that was the name? Like, shooting Arlet or killing Arlet, that would be murder, because Arlet's sentient. These things aren't exactly sentient. You know, that's actually something that I kind of would like to see more, because we see a lot of, like, the sentient AI going rogue stories, where I kind of like to see more of, like, the AI just being like, nah, I just want to live. Because one of the things that I always, like, I criticize about, like, science fiction writing on that, is I'm always like, wouldn't some of these robots just want to be just want to live and be left alone, or, because, like, the way I look at it is, like, so, we get this idea that, like, every sentient AI is going to want to just kill us because we're not them. But here's the thing, people, who are, because we are sentient, are complicated when it comes to issues. Think about, like, even just something as simple as, like, if you think it's okay to eat meat. Or, like, what you think is okay or not okay. I feel like even these, like, sentient machines are the same thing, where, like, some might want to actually kill people. Some would be like, no, I just want to be left alone from people. Some would be like, no, I want to live with people. Like, you see, that's the fun thing, is people are fucking complicated, man. And because robots would be that complex. Oh, Fairy Prince is here now. Since those machines would be that complex with their personalities, and they would be sentient, I feel like they would be similar in that regard, where they'd be like, someone would be, you know, what I just mentioned a second ago. And I just kind of feel like it's a shame whenever we do, like, an AI growing sentience, they always go like, well, it's time to murder everybody. Because that's what we do, we're sentient AIs, and we just murder everybody. It feels a little lazy. Is what I'm saying. Maybe I'm an optimist, but I feel that's how things would go, just based on... It's not even an optimist, I feel like I'm being a realist, because I feel like that's how people are, because I don't think people are inherently evil or good, they're just people. People can do evil, people can do good, and everyone's capable of doing it. That doesn't mean I think everything is gray, either. I feel like there's definitely a lot of gray in the world. Like, a lot. And we do sometimes try to oversimplify it and make things, black and white all the time. But I think it's just human nature, and, you know, not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a thing. Are you gonna... Ow. Get it! Good. Good job, Farah. I know your name isn't Farah, but... Oh yeah, one more tabletop thing I have to mention. There was a supplement recently that came out that added a new playable race. Clowns! For 5th edition. I haven't bought it, but I kinda want to. Okay, Ashley. Ashley, I too have played Gunstar Heroes. This is the ultimate boss. Can you hurt me? I was curious. You know, I wish there was a way I didn't have to kill this guy because I like him. Alright, well. Well, now he's dead. You know, he just wanted to dance. That was so unnecessary. He just wanted to dance. You know, this is a sad way to end an episode with the murder of such an innocent robot. I feel like that one was murder. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed Grapple Force, and next week we will finish up the game with the last 4 levels. Well, I mean, levels and a boss fight, but whatever. Anyway, guys, hope you're enjoying it, and have a good day. I probably repeated myself. Just call me Mojo Jojo.